Every time you go to the movies, you could be putting your health at risk. Packed theaters combined with poor ventilation can make the air you breathe bad for your health. Which theaters in the metro area are the best and worst in terms of air quality? Channel 7 Healthy Living reporter Denise Dador has the answers in this special assignment.
Well, we wanted to find out, Diana. It's no secret that any room or building with no windows and lots of people can be ideal for the growth of bacteria and fungi. But we wanted to know just how bad and good your theater is, so we put them to the test. Anyone who's seen Star Wars knows that Darth Vader has a breathing problem, but at least in the movies, he gets to wear a mask. Out here in the seats, you're on your own. Poor air quality is a lot like the Force. Some feel it, some don't. But is the air dangerous? To find out, we're going undercover with two air quality experts, Tom and Connie Morbach, who run Environmental Compliance Solutions. Getting inside with movie tickets we paid for, they are investigating 4 of the most popular theaters in the metro area: Star John R, AMC Abbey, Cinemark 16, and the Showcase in Pontiac.
Do you smell what I'm smelling?
Armed with state-of-the-art technology, they're taking air samples in empty theaters. For 2 minutes, the motor-driven device pulls in air and blows it onto a petri dish, which then goes to a lab and soon reveals what you're breathing.
I'm surprised at the high concentrations that we saw.
We don't want to gross you out, but be warned, this is not a pleasant picture. Go ahead, take a look at what you're breathing at the Showcase in Pontiac.
There was a lot of penicillium mold, over 1,200 colony-forming units per cubic meter of air. The upper limits that are recommended for a healthy building would be about 200.
So if a person with allergies or asthma went into this theater, what would happen?
If they have allergies to penicillin, they're probably going to have an immediate reaction: headache, runny nose, watery eyes, itchy eyes.
With levels of fungi 6 times higher than what's recommended, the Showcase Pontiac fared the worst in our test. Slightly better was the air in the Cinemark 16 at the Universal Mall.
Universal Theater was about 3 times higher than what the recommended levels for a healthy building.
And what did you find in there?
That was also penicillium. That seems to be the prevalent mold in all of these theaters.
Levels of penicillium were a bit better in the AMC Abbey, where we also discovered traces of 2 fungi, which in high concentrations can cause skin rashes and allergic reactions. While the air was passable at the Abbey, there were other concerns.
We did see some damaged ceiling tiles, water-damaged ceiling tiles, and it showed very high concentrations of mold, which were the same organisms that we isolated from the ambient air there.
Faring best in our test was a Star John R. While the Petri dish sample could turn your stomach, this is actually quite good, and there is very little chance the air in there will make you sick.
I'd say the ventilation system is probably very clean. There is adequate ventilation per square footage of building.
So to recap our findings, the best air in the 4 theaters we checked can be found at the Star John R, followed by AMC Abbey and the Cinemark 16. Lagging far behind, the Showcase in Pontiac. Across the board, the worst thing in the air is penicillium, a fungi which can trigger an allergic reaction in some people.
What should people look out for?
Well, as with any building, if you want to do a quick check to determine if there are sources for contamination, I would look up. We don't often look up, but look up at the condition of the ceiling tiles. If there is obvious water damage, if you see mold growth in places, then I would be concerned that the facility is not being maintained the way it should be.
Now, we notified the theaters about our test, and neither Cinemark nor Showcase would comment. At the AMC Abbey, someone on staff did say changes have been made since we went undercover, and Diana, they expect the air is now much cleaner.
All right, thank you very much, Denise.